Imagine an athlete who's worked hard to get back onto the field, following their rehab plan to the letter, but for some reason they're not recovering as quickly as expected. Now imagine a different athlete with a similar injury doing the same exercises, but they're eating better, staying hydrated, and making sure they're getting the right nutrients. That second athlete is bouncing back faster. This is where nutrition plays a huge role, and it's something we don't always focus on enough in recovery. But as future healthcare professionals, understanding the importance of nutrition in recovery is essential. We often focus on exercises, rest, and other interventions, but nutrition is just as important for the healing. So what does the research say about the role of nutrition in recovery, and why should we care as we move forward in our careers? To dive into this, I used a PICO question to focus my research. What role does proper nutrition play in athletic injury recovery? I sourced databases like PubMed and SportDiscus and used Boolean searches to narrow my results to peer-reviewed articles. I found a strong connection between nutrition and recovery. For example, closest studies showed that collagen and vitamin C support tissue repair, while Smith-Ryan highlighted how hydration plays a role in reducing inflammation, which is a major issue in recovery. Tipton's research on amino acids was particularly insightful, showing that they help rebuild muscle and connective tissue. Despite the strong body of research, one challenge I encountered was finding studies that compared nutrition to other recovery methods. Many studies focused on performance enhancement, but I was more interested in how nutrition impacts that healing. This gap led me to make judgments about how nutrition works with other rehab methods. From the research, I've concluded that nutrition is not just a supplement to rehab, it's a component of the recovery process. Collagen, protein, hydration, and vitamins all play a critical role in how well athletes are healing. One of the key takeaway here is that athletes who make sure they're fueling their bodies properly tend to heal faster and experience fewer setbacks. Comparing the findings, we see consistent evidence that proper nutrition speeds up recovery, reduces inflammation, and aids in tissue repair. But how does this translate to practice? As we work with the athletes, it's important to think about simple steps. Are they eating enough protein to rebuild tissue? Are they drinking enough water to help with circulation and healing? These are basic nutrition checks that should be a part of any rehab plan. As we move forward in our training, we should be asking athletes about their nutrition just as we would with their rehab exercises. This discussion opens up a much broader approach to recovery, one that includes not just exercises, but is also the proper fueling to make sure the body has what it needs so that it can repair itself. Now, you may be wondering, what if an athlete doesn't follow these nutrition recommendations? The research is showing that poor nutrition can delay healing, increase muscle loss, and make it easier for athletes to get re-injured. This is why it's critical to approach recovery in a holistic way. Recovery isn't just about what happens in the clinic, it's also about what happens at home, what's on the athlete's plate, and their daily habits. Simple conversations with athletes about their nutrition could make a world of difference. So as we continue, it's essential to remember that when we work with athletes, we're not just focusing on all of those exercises and the rest. We're also thinking about how to fuel their recovery to make them stronger, faster, and more resilient.